I am only a mother. Dear Father in heaven, I come to you with a simple prayer as I care for my children. I ask you to guide me so I can guide them in a like manner, for I am only a mother. Father, I watch over my children morning, noon, evening, and night. I know this would be a burden to many mothers, but it is no burden when you are near. Please make your presence felt as I watch over my children, for I am only a mother. Father, when one of my children strays too far and gets lost, I will do my best to find them. For there is much sadness when one is lost, and there is much rejoicing when the lost is found. Give me the strength to find the lost one, for I am only a mother. Father, you give me the strength I need to care for my children through the warmth of spring, the heat of summer, the storms of fall, and the coldness of winter. Please continue to lend me your needed helping hands, for I am only a mother. Father, as I watch over my children this day, tears come to my eyes as I remember your amazing grace that saved a mother like me. As I remember Jesus hanging on the cross, I ask that you be with me and my children, for there is no way I can make it without you, for I am only a mother. Amen. Amen.
This morning we do gather to celebrate our mothers. And Fred Krause wrote, said, what is a mother? Somewhere between the youthful energy of a teenager and the golden years of a woman's life, there lives a marvelous and loving person known as mother. A mother is a curious mixture of patience, kindness, understanding, discipline, industriousness, purity, and love. A mother can be at one and the same time both lovelorn counselor to a heartsick daughter and head football coach to an athletic son. A mother can sew the tiniest stitch of material from that dainty prom dress, and she is equally experienced in threading through the heaviest traffic with a station wagon. A mother is the only creature on earth who can cry when she's happy, laugh when she's heartbroken, and work when she's feeling ill. A mother is as gentle as a lamb and as strong as a giant. Only a mother can appear so weak and helpless and yet be the same one who puts the fruit jar cover on so tightly even Dad can't get it off. A mother is a picture of helplessness when Dad is near and a marvel of resourcefulness when she's all alone. A mother is the angelic voice of a member of the celestial choir as she sings Brahms' lullaby to a babe held tight in her arms. Yet the same voice can dwarf the sound of an amplifier when she calls her boys in for supper. A mother has a fascinating ability to be almost everywhere at once, and she alone can somehow squeeze in an enormous amount of living into an average day. A mother is old-fashioned to her teenager, just mom to her third grader, and simply mama to little 2-year-old sister. But there's no greater thrill in life than to point to that wonderful woman and be able to say to all the world, that's my mother. And I can tell you, my mom filled many of these roles, especially the voice of an amplifier. And also the ability to be almost everywhere at once, because some way, somehow, and it always never ceases to amaze me, that mothers always know when their kids do something wrong. Even if nobody else knows, some way, somehow, mom knows. I swore my mom had eyes in the back of her head, and on the side of her head, and everywhere I went. But this morning, we're going to take a look at what the Bible says about a mother. What seems like an impossible role to fill, yet so many mothers do it on a daily basis. This morning, we're going to look at the Proverbs 31 mother. We start by looking at how a mother cares for her family through the work that she does. And in Proverbs chapter 31, verses 13 through 19, it says, she selects wool and flax, works with eager hands. She's like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it's still dark. She provides food for her family and portions for her servant girls. She considers a field and buys it out of her earnings, and she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. She sees that her trading is profitable, and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. And then we jump down to verses 21 through 22. It says, when it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes coverings for her bed as she is clothed in fine linen and purple. And then verse 24 says, she makes linen garments and sells them and supplies the merchants with sashes. As we look and we read these passages, these lift different ways that mothers work to provide for their family. See, the work of a mother has to be diverse. Many mothers not only work at home, but today they have to work outside the home to provide for their family. Proverb writer talks about a mother who makes the family's clothes as well as the blankets. Now today I'm not sure that many mothers do that, but I remember my mother using her talents and her skills to sew a patch in the hole in my jeans. She used her hands to crochet a blanket. She made dresses from different patterns. I don't believe my mother ever bought an Easter dress. She always made her dress. Not only do mothers care for the family's clothes, but they have to make sure that there's food on the table. In the past, they would grow their food, many times by themselves, because the father was working in a business or working out on the farm, taking care of the animals. Today, there are many mothers that work 40 hours or more a week outside the home. And along with all their other activities, some way, somehow, they still find time to go to the store. Sometimes they still have a small garden to provide fresh fruits and vegetables for their families. You've probably heard the saying that says a mother's work is never done. And according to Proverbs 31, this is true. A mother sits about her work vigorously, and her lamp does not go out at night. Many mothers, not just in the past, but even in today's world, literally burn the candles at both ends. I remember my mom often getting up before anybody else, many times before the sun even got up, to prepare lunch for Dad for him to take to work. Then she would set about getting me up and getting me ready and off to school. And then she would work an 8-hour day. Then she'd come home and fix dinner, clean up, and she'd finally get a few minutes to relax before she went to bed, just to turn around and do it all over again the next day. Proverbs 31 verse 27 says, she watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Mothers never seem to stop. I know they never stop worrying about their children. They never stop praying for their children. But it seems like they never stop working to take care of their families. They're always doing something to make sure that their families are cared for. Mothers have to be diverse in their work so that the entire family feels safe, warm, and secure. While the father's work is important to the security of the family, without the work of the mother, this is all but impossible. Mothers not only ensure that their families have clothes and food, but in today's world, many times they have to work outside the home to help provide that clothes and that food. As I said earlier, many mothers work 40 plus hours a week at a job, but they still have to find time to go grocery shopping, to cook, to clean, to do laundry, to get their kids ready for bed, to get them ready for school, to take them to and from their different activities, and even to take them to church. Although it's not necessarily true, mothers seem to have an extra source of unlimited energy. A mother has a wealth of knowledge as well. They have wisdom that they can impart on their children that only they can provide. See, in Proverbs 31, verses 25 through 27, it says, "She is clothed with the strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue." Her life experience can help shape her children. The life experience of a mother can help her children avoid her mistakes. The life experience of a mother can impart wisdom into her children that no school ever could. Mothers have a wealth of knowledge, and it's their responsibility to pass it down to their children. But not only do mothers often carry these responsibilities, but mothers also have to participate in the discipline of their children. In Proverbs 29:15, we read, "The rod of correction imparts wisdom, but a child left to himself disgraces his mother." Discipline is a responsibility of both parents, not just the father, not just the mother. Correcting children is important because children left to run wild become a disgrace to their parents, especially their mother. Because many times it is the mother that carries the emotional burden of undisciplined children. A child left undisciplined will find themselves in trouble that causes their mothers to experience heartburn. It is true that a mother never stops caring and worrying about her children. It is true that a godly mother never stops praying for her children. And many of us can say that we are here today because of the prayers of our mother.
Amen.
But a child left undisciplined finds himself in trouble. And unfortunately, in today's societies, many mothers are left to solely shoulder this responsibility. So many mothers are left without the help of the father. However, when discipline is done by both the mother and the father, the children will be a delight to their parents. Discipline and the work done to provide for the family is the mother's responsibility. And many mothers carry these responsibilities with strength and with pride. And a mother also cares for her community. Proverbs 31, verse 20 says, "She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy." Now, I don't know why, and I don't know how, but mothers have a way of knowing when another mother or another family is in need. Because of that awareness, mothers are thrifty, and they give help to those in need. See, mothers are the ones that always seem to donate their used clothes. They donate food, they donate money, they donate used appliances and furniture to help those that are in need in their community. As fathers, we'd rather just bag it up and take it and throw it in the trash. But some way, somehow, mothers seem to have this sixth sense when somebody is in need, and they always seem to have something to help that person that's in need. Mothers not only care for their families, but they care about the well-being of other families in their communities and in their churches. While a mother works hard to provide for her family and discipline her children, and she works hard to help others, this dedication makes her a delight to her family as well as to her community. Proverbs chapter 31, verses 10 through 12 says, "A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband is full of confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life." A wife and a mother who is so dedicated to her family brings pride to her husband. Her husband will value her more than anything money could ever buy. A wife and a mother that protects and values a relationship with her husband gives him full confidence in her abilities in her dedication, her faithfulness, and her love. And she's also valued by her children. Proverbs 31:28 says, her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Because of a mother's dedication, discipline, love, kindness, graciousness, and patience for her children will be blessed. And they will in turn call her blessed. I know that I remember, as many of you may do, the way my mother cared for her family. I remember times when she should have gotten mad, but didn't. I remember times when she should have rested, but didn't. I remember times when she should have given up, but she never gave up. She never gave up on her children. My mother was not only a blessing to me, but she was blessed as her family remembers her fondly. Not only will a mother be a blessing, but her work and dedication will not go unnoticed by others. And her husband will be honored because of her. In Proverbs 31:23, it says, her husband is respected at the city gates, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. The love and dedication of a Proverbs 31 mother will bring respect and honor to her husband. It will open doors for him that he could never have opened by himself. And because of this, a mother is to be honored. Not just by her family, but by her friends, her community, and her church. And that is why we gather today, to honor our mothers. Those that are with us, and those that have gone on to their reward in heaven, and are now in the presence of Christ. And in Proverbs 31, verses 29 through 31, we read, many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting. But a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her the reward she has earned, and let her works be praised at the city gates. To a child, their mother is better than any other woman on the planet. To a husband, his wife is more noble than any other woman on the planet. The love and dedication of a mother to her family surpasses that of all others. I will tell you now, there is no mother, no person that will ever be as dedicated to their family as a mother. While outward beauty is often praised in our society, it's almost worshipped. But the faith in God of a mother is what should be praised. A mother that loves Christ is worthy of more praise than a mother that has outward beauty. A mother that fears the Lord is worthy of honor because it is her love of Christ that drives her love and dedication to her family. A God-fearing mother is worthy of love, respect, honor, care, and praise. And she should receive it from her family, her community, and her church. These mothers serve their families for their entire lives, and they earn the love and care of her children in her elder years. Unfortunately, many times in our society today, our mothers are left in the care of others, often left alone by their children. This is not right. Because as a mother has dedicated her life to her family, she deserves their care when she is no longer able to care for herself. See, Ephesians chapter 6, verses 2 through 3 says, honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, that it may go well with you, and that you may enjoy long life on the earth. You see, God commands us to honor our father and mother. This is a lifelong commitment. We are to honor their parents while they are still alive, but that honor is to continue even after they are called home to be with Christ. Because of her love and dedication to her children, a mother is to be honored for generations. And this is a commandment with a promise. As we continue to honor our mothers, we will be blessed with a long life. As we honor our mothers, we remember her love, her kindness, her patience, her wisdom, and her discipline. And remembering all this will help us as we walk through our life, and in turn, as we honor our mothers. As we remember the lessons that she taught us, we will avoid many of the mistakes and bad decisions that we could have made. As we remember her patience, we will avoid rushing into potential danger. As we remember her love, we will love our families in the same way, preventing heartache. See, today we gather to honor our mothers. Today we gather to remember the dedication and hard work that our mothers have done to provide for their families. Today we gather to remember their wisdom and their discipline. Today we gather to celebrate the delight that our mothers have given us. And many of our mothers have went to their eternal reward in the presence of Christ. However, we still remember and we still honor them as we follow their example. At this time, I'd like to ask all of our mothers in attendance to please stand. This morning we gather. We gather this morning to thank you. To thank you for your hard work. To thank you for your dedication to your family, your wisdom, your discipline, your support, your patience, your kindness, and your care. This morning we gather to say simply thank you for all that you do and all you are to each and every one of us.